Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. My name is Wilfred. Yes, I'm still playing this game. It's been a wonderful game, and in this video I'd like to show you a highlight of a couple of missions leading up to the level 110 Supreme mission. I have a lot of fun with it. Crimson Void Crusade is possibly one of my favorite ones. It's not that hard, but yet it's challenging enough, so I hope you can see a little bit of it in just a bit. Now, I have been playing a lot on this game, and these days I'm quite into the whole leaderboard kind of concept. It's a weekly glory leaderboard that can reset on a weekly manner. So as of this morning when I started playing was like number 1. So, and then of course by the time this evening when I completed this Void Crusade I was like number 3. But that's okay. I just want to put myself into top 50. For the last 3 weeks I've been doing that. So I don't know, who knows. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. We'll see how it goes. Now I've been playing the Crusade class, and I started off with the Greatsword. You've seen the whole spin the wind kind of like build. It was great, but the challenge was that it's not very good against the armored enemies, because none of the great sword that when it spin the wind or any other additional ability would counter the armor. So the kill time is pretty slow when it comes to the boss, but the rest of them trash mob was kind of fun and just like really fast. So I've also tried out the Thunder Hammer, also two-hand. It ignores the armor, so it doesn't matter how much armor the green line is for the boss. It just ignores it. But I found that it's a little bit more difficult to play in the sense that the AoE is more like a cone, kind of like a mana. And I need to aim pretty well, because when I hit things in front of me, then the stuff behind me is still alive, right? So I don't really want that. Now, the great axe that I'm using right now is kind of nice in between the two, because it ignores only half of the armor, so it's armor piercing instead of armor breaking instead of armor piercing, which is half of the armor being ignored. But it does have the interesting kind of like I said before, with the World of Warcraft kind of warrior build, whereby you can charge, you can bleed, you can do a little bit of like a spin on AoE. So it is a nice balance between the great sword, which is a very like fun and easy to take down additional mobs, and the Thunder Hammer, which require a lot of like positioning. This is still quite doable, and I kind of like it. And the over the last week or so I've been experimenting a lot of different variation of the build, different kind of like a mob different kind of gear setup and passive setup, attribute setup, and so on. And I'm very keen to share what I've learned with you, because as some of you have been with my channel for a while, and one of my passions back in even at the Marvel Heroes days was to figure out what is the best build for anything. Now the great thing about this game is that there is a lot of build variety. If I really be serious about it, many times we talk about build variety. And at the end of the day, be it as Diablo 3 or Path of Exile or anything, it is really down to the few cookie cutter kind of build that you try to copy what others are doing, and you're awesome. Now this game doesn't quite work in that manner. You still need to kind of hunt for gear, but it is rather hard to find the gear that you're really aiming for. But having said that, it's not the end of the world, because you could actually build your character around the gear that's available. And the good thing about it is that there are different type of gear tiers. So right, one is the ancient that I use, which is probably one of the top tier. But there's also one tier below, the Archaeotech, that is actually not bad, because it does give you the flexibility of changing the enchant, they call it in this game, or affixes, versus the ancient item, whereby all the enchants, all the affixes are being fixed. So it is a good balance. I found that it's good to kind of like balance between the two set of gears and try to define the gear that you really want. And I kind of find it fun, because every time when I when I loot something in the Void Crusade, at the end of the Void Crusade, I've got new ideas, as in like, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Should I make use of this gear or this weapon and try to do something about it? Yeah, so that is a thing about the fun thing about this game. It just never ends. Sandbox kind of gameplay. Now this is the level 101 Supreme mission. I've tried some other Void Crusade. I had a really tough time, so I was playing it really safe, and basically skip to the final boss, which is this guy here. I really wasn't sure if I was able to take him down quite easily, or it involved a humongous amount of kiting. I can't recall which one I was doing, but I spent around 6 minutes trying to down the boss, like in a Dark Souls style. I think it was, I can't remember really, but this boss seems quite doable, or maybe I used some different gear set, because I did change the way that I approach the game, and I think it's working. The bleed, I recall. So after the last Void Crusade, which I was doing really terrible, I still finished it. I wanted to record in a video, but I had some technical issue. So I completed the Void Crusade level 101, level 110, which is pretty high, and I was able to down the boss, but only after 6 minutes, and it was really terrible because I tried to cut him around, try to reset his path, and it was I felt a little bit like cheating in a way, because I just buy time. There's no enraged timer in this game, unlike say Marvel Heroes when you do raid. So I was doing a little bit of that, and then I wasn't sure, and then I kind of like I was inspired, like, do I want to change my kind of gear in a different way? And I wanted to kind of like focus on my bleed build and see whether it works or not. I think it's paying off. I'm going to do a little bit more testing to see whether it's really working or not. But I think all this Psalm Code Doctrine and gear that buff my bleed seems to be working to my favor in terms of going after bosses. So I don't know, who knows, maybe that was the answer. So once I figure out the build, I'll share with you guys. And meanwhile, by the way, this is the loot time. It's always kind of like bug me to see like which are the chest box I should open. The 2 boxes I want to avoid opening is the Archeo Shard, which just useless, and Psalm Codes, kind of useless as well. So these are 2 that I usually not open, and the third one is crafting material, because I have plenty of crafting material. But besides that, I mean, the most ideal is not to, open any of those 2. But sometimes, you can't really pick what you want. So yeah, that is it. This is the end of the video, and thank you very much for watching. Join my cable if you want to play with me. I'm very active in this game, and like I said, I was down to like rank number 3, as you will see in just a bit. All right, so take care of yourself, and I'll see you later. May the Emperor protect. Bye.